Hi viewers, you're watching live with Dr. Usman Zafar. Welcome to my YouTube channel. First of all, apologies for not recording videos from past couple of weeks because of the busy schedule. My today topic is quite interesting, and it's about the Malta immigration program, or Malta permanent residency MPRP program, which is quite famous in the Europe, and many investors living in Dubai and rest of the world, they are looking keenly into it. I have an honor to basically interview one of our partners called KSI Malta. Great honor to have Kristine Attard. She's the director of tax and immigration at KSI Malta, a 40-year-old, very reputable company who are planning to visit Dubai in the first week of November to meet the applicants who are interested in MPRP program. As we are all aware that after the COVID-19, many European countries, they have changed their immigration or migration or residency policies, and Malta have also a few changes in their MPRP program. So we will ask Christine about all these questions and how quickly we can get the Malta immigration. Hi, welcome Christine on my live YouTube channel. Today our topic is about the Malta immigration program. But before we jump onto it, I would like to know that tell us something about KSI Malta.
Yes, so good afternoon, and thank you for the introduction. So basically, KSI Malta was founded over 40 years ago by our managing partner, Mr. Jose Gauci. And nowadays, KSI is considered one of the leading firms in Malta. It is led by industry leaders and employs over 50 multilingual professionals. We offer a wide array of service, starting from tax, legal, corporate, and advisory. In addition, we are one of the first firms to be licensed by the Residency Malta agency, and our immigration section has built over the years a sound reputation in the industry, helping many clients to obtain a Maltese residency.
Fantastic. So, Christine, we have seen that after COVID-19, there have been a lot of changes in the immigration policies across the Europe. So tell us why Malta and how efficient the program is.
Yes, so in order to be eligible for the MPRP, to start off with, we need to look at third country nationals excluding EU, EEA and Switzerland. It is important to note that nationals from the currently sanctioned countries are ineligible, and I would like to point out as well that the list of ineligible countries may be revised from time to time by the agency at its discretion. It's a very popular program for these third country nationals, and as I already mentioned, we were one of the first firms to be licensed by the Residency Malta agency.
Fantastic. So my other question is which is very, very important, that what sort of investment we need to do, what type of government fees are there in order to obtain MPRP?
Yes, so basically there's a contribution of 68,000 which is paid if one is purchasing property here in Malta. Alternatively, one may rent property and the contribution will increase to 98,000. This covers all the families except for parents. And an additional fee of 7,500 applies for each additional parent. Apart from that, a donation of 2,000 is to be made to a voluntary registered organization here in Malta.
Yep.
So those are the two main criteria. Apart from that, however, there needs to be what is called the capital, which needs to be maintained by the main applicant in order to apply. So that amounts, just give me 1 second. it amounts to at least 500,000, out of which a minimum of 150,000 needs to be in the form of financial assets.
Yeah. So once you rent out the property, and so do you really need to go and buy it, or you can stay on a rental property as well?
So there are two options. So you can either rent the property or either acquire the property. The norm is for the main applicant to first rent and then decide at a later stage whether he wants to acquire the property or not.
Okay. So the next question is, can parents or grandparents of the main applicant apply as dependent?
Yes, of course, a parent or grandparent of the main applicant or of the spouse who proves the satisfaction of the agency that at the time of application is principally dependent on the main applicant is eligible as a dependent.
Great. So once you landed the application with the authorities, so you get normally a permanent residency card or a permanent residency certificate. So what is the validity of this PR certificate? And how many months or years you have to stay in order to apply for the citizenship?
So the residence certificate does not expire, provided that all the obligations are adhered to. The residence card is valid for 5 years or until cut-off dates at ages 14 and 18, following which we will assess the respective beneficiary to reapply for the card renewal.
Kristine, is it possible for a beneficiary to add a dependent at later stage after the initial application is submitted?
Of course, this can be done once the residence certificate is issued. Additional documents would then need to be prepared, obviously, and the contribution fee for each dependent would need to be paid.
Okay, so another thing is is it possible for the main applicant to be to first rent the property and then buy it later?
Yes, as already explained, this is possible, and in fact, this is the norm. Kindly note, however, that the main applicant would need to acquire property in Malta worth at least 350,000 if this is in the north of Malta, or else 300,000 if it is in Gozo or in the south of Malta. Otherwise, one would need to rent out the property at a minimum of 12,000 annually if it is in the north of Malta, or else 10,000 euros annually if it is in Gozo or the south of Malta.
Yeah, and also can the main applicant, when they apply for the residency, they can get the license to make them employer themselves. Is that possible?
It is not possible. It is not automatic. However, a separate application would need to be filed with the respective authorities here in Malta, and obviously they can work in Malta once they have that in hand.
Yeah, and once you apply for basically as a main applicant, so later on you can add your siblings and the first family members and any other dependents which you have in the family.
Exactly, correct. I think I already replied to this question. So basically, yes, additional documents would need to be prepared, and the contribution fee for each dependent would need to be paid.
And in your experience, what is the minimum or maximum duration for the whole process?
So based on experience, we estimate that the process will take around 8 months, from the compilation of the required documents up until the issuance of the residence certificate and the cards by the agency.
Okay, that's fantastic. And you are planning to have a visit with the authorities in Malta to Dubai. So tell us about your visit, because we are in the process of getting many applications over here. So what would you basically be covering during your trip in Dubai?
Yes, so basically we will be visiting Dubai between the 2nd till the 4th of November. Please feel free to get in touch should you wish to set up a meeting to discuss the process in further detail. I will be there along with one of our partners and our lawyer here at KSI, and we will basically go through the application, the eligible criteria, any questions you might have, and if need be also start compiling all the required documents to prepare the application.
And one more question. So does this MPRP is different than basically the investors program, Or is there any other program available for the immigration?
So the MPRP is totally different than the citizenship program. Basically, the MPRP will provide you with residency, whilst the citizenship program will provide you with a citizenship in Malta. It's totally two different schemes which depend on what the client wants.
Okay. So I think we will have another session on the second program, because at the moment we are focusing more on MPRP, and there is a lot of interest from different part of the world, especially the people living in Dubai who wants to get basically a second residency. So thank you very much, Kristine. And
very good.
One thing which is very important. So how do you take care of basically the clients during the whole process of this migration as KSI Malta?
Yes, so basically we will take care of everything. We will start off by asking the client for a number of due diligence documents. We will assist the client throughout all the process, starting from the compilation of documents up until the issuance of the residence certificate and the cards by the agency. Obviously, all questions which the client would need replies to, we are here to assist, even if the client would like to start working here in Malta as well. So we can assist the client from A to Z. Basically, we are a one-stop shop for the client's needs.
Thank you very much, Kristine, for your time, and I'm looking forward to welcome you to Dubai. Thanks a lot.
Same here. Thank you. Bye. Bye-bye.